harassing the police every single day.
The sentence which will be recommended is within the sentencing guidelines that are set.
Be no trial for Matthew Priebe. The former resource officer at Lansing Eastern High School pled no contest to multiple charges, including second-degree criminal sexual conduct. Fox 47 first broke this story last year. Kellen Buddy was in court for his hearing today.
Is there a plea agreement, Ms. Moss?
Yes, there is, Your Honor. We are dismissing the count 3, and we are recommending a sentencing cap of 1 year in jail.
Priebe's 5 counts against him carry a maximum sentence of over 20 years in prison. Instead, Priebe will spend no more than 12 months in jail.
After consultation with the victims in the matter, this was, and the sentence which will be recommended is within the sentencing guidelines that are set. We believe that this was an appropriate disposition of the case.
One of Priebe's accusers said he asked her for a hug when she met him in his office in March of last year.
He pulled her hand to his genital area and put her hand on the area of his genitals. This was clearly done for a sexual purpose.
She added he tried to pull her dress up during another meeting 2 months later.
She resisted that and tried to pull her dress down. He again tried to pull her dress up and attempted this 3 times.
Kellen Buddy, Fox 47 News.
Priebe was originally free on bond and working for a construction company in Oklahoma, but because of his charges, he'll have to wait for his sentencing in the Ingham County Jail. Priebe is due back in court for that sentencing on Wednesday, October 2nd. We did reach out to Lansing Police. They declined to comment at this time.
The school resource officer would use his job to prey on young girls, sending them nude photos and videos despite their young age and protests. School. The image on the left is a screenshot of one of the videos Priebe sent to his child victims. School cop pleads guilty to sexually assaulting 3 children, will not even do 1 year in jail. Matt Agarist, August 14, 2019. Lansing, MI. For those who doubt the existence of blue privilege and the ability of cops to escape accountability for unspeakable crimes, the following case should serve as proof it is real. When an officer of the law is caught exploiting and abusing society's most vulnerable children and they can escape any significant jail time, this is definitive proof of blue privilege. Disgraced Lansing police officer Matthew Priebe is all the proof you need. This week, Priebe pleaded no contest to second-degree criminal sexual conduct, attempted fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct, misconduct in office and 2 counts of assault and battery. The charges all stemmed from his role as a school resource officer and the repeated sexual assault of multiple young girls while on the job. In exchange for his no contest plea, prosecutors dropped the charge of distributing sexually explicit material to a minor. The charge of distributing sexually explicit material to a minor was dropped in spite of prosecutors having the photos of Priebe's erect penis that he sent to the children. The Livingston County prosecutor William Vaillancourt said on Monday that Priebe's plea deal would guarantee that he would spend no more than 12 months in jail. This former school cop will, however, have to register as a sex offender. Court records show that Priebe sent photos of himself to the child victims of him sitting on the couch with his erect penis exposed. He would also send videos of himself in the shower at the police department. According to the Lansing State Journal, the youngest victim connected to the charges was 14 and the oldest was 17 at the time of the sexual assault. Michigan State Police Detective Sergeant Angela Hunt testified at a hearing that led to criminal charges. The assaults took place during a 3-year period. The then 17-year-old told investigators Priebe said he wished she had a fake ID, and that he wanted to take her out of state with him, Hunt testified. He told her he wished he could kiss her, and attempted to kiss her for 5 or 6 months. Priebe played with the holes in her jeans near her thigh and would ask her if she wanted to touch his penis, Hunt said. During a ride-along, Priebe stopped his patrol vehicle and attempted to kiss the girl, Hunt said. When she tried to push him off, Priebe grabbed her hand and pulled it toward his crotch. The younger girls were sexually assaulted on school campus in Priebe's office. Hunt testified that the officer gave the girls his phone number and would FaceTime them as he drove his patrol car. According to the testimony, one of the girls went into Preeb's office to say hello before a sporting event when the officer shut the door and physically held her in the room with his arms. Preeb then grabbed the girl and lifted up her dress. As the girl tried to pull her dress back down, Preeb continued to lift it up. Prior to the plea deal, Preeb was given special privilege throughout the entire ordeal. In fact, he was allowed to miss his probable cause hearing despite facing a slew of felonies for child sexual assault. Like most cops do when facing charges, Preeb resigned from the department in June after an investigation was launched into his conduct. Prior to this debacle, Preeb had been an officer for a decade, which likely means that there are more than 3 victims out there. Preeb is set to be sentenced October 2nd, in which prosecutors will likely give him far less than the promised 12-month maximum. In the land of the free, child sex abusers get far less time in jail than people caught with a plant. Disgusting indeed. Sadly, there is a pattern of police officers getting caught preying on children, raping women, and committing other unspeakable crimes and never going to jail. Only 2 months ago, TFTP reported on the case of California Highway Patrol Lieutenant Stephen Robert Deck, who was given probation for attempting to have sex with a 13-year-old in 2006. The officer was caught in an undercover sting operation set up by police to catch pedophiles in the act of trying to have sex with kids. Unlike most of the other 12 defendants in the case, who were sentenced to at least 1 year in prison, Deck was afforded probation simply because he wore a badge. Although every other person caught in the same sting received jail time, Deck's badge apparently granted him special privilege. What's more, this child predator was allowed to keep his taxpayer-funded medical retirement. And we call this justice in the land of the free.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.